And we are back. We are live from the RE/MAX office. RE/MAX experts here. Main Street, Philadelphia, Manio. Man, it's beauty out there. I'm here with Mr. Joey.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back.
Something happened.
We're live.
Something just happened.
Something happened.
And what
Something happened.
What email did you just get, or what text did you just get?
So this is going to resonate with our realtors out there, and maybe give you a little more confidence to follow up with that lead who told you no today. Call them again tomorrow, or the person that's irate and tells you to go F yourself,
right,
and never call me again.
Right.
So this is a little interesting message. So we have a lead generation platform set up here. And a couple of the realtors here at RE/MAX get these messages and these leads here from the brokerage. And this is one that's in my profile. And sometimes I forget to unsubscribe people. So this guy got a text that said, hey, unsubscribe. They're on the do not call list,
right,
not the do not text list. So it says, hey, this is Joe McKay with RE/MAX. Do you want to know your instant home value? He said, this is on January 10th. Do I know you? I don't recall requesting any information. On January 14th, I sent him the same message. He said, hey, did you not read my previous messages? Stop sending me this crap. On January 23rd, I sent him the same message with a link to find out his home's value. He told me to fuck off and get a real job. So I sent him another message. This one's a little different, same concept. And I'm never acknowledging any of his negative comments. He said, this is after fuck off and get a job. Yes, I did get that text. I didn't realize my house was worth that much. I am interested. Please call me. Tom.
Boom.
Then I said, well, it says your house is currently listed with KW. Yes, they suck. I got rid of them when it didn't sell after nearly a year. Great, can we meet tomorrow? Yes, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. The first day, it would actually be better if we could meet on Thursday.
Look at that. That's after getting cursed out. You're still following up with the same message. That's what I loved about it. It was just the same message. And he's like, stop.
Do you want to know your value? No. You want to know your value? No.
No.
Want to know your value? No. Want to know your value? Yes. I didn't know it was worth that much.
How many no's are you going to accept before you actually just keep going to get that yes, man? And that's what I love about the philosophy here. If you're looking to come and work with us and be a part of the team, come down to 4320 Main Street, Manayunk. If you're a realtor, loan officer on any level, any individual, you want to get money, or you're an investor, and that's what this is about today.
I'm going to show you how we do it.
So you were talking about the LOIs.
LOIs, we were going through one.
We're going through, and the deal selection.
Due diligence. Closing, title.
What I learned from it, man, don't worry about...
You don't need to have a plan. You don't need to know shit.
You don't have to get all this philosophical. Yeah. You don't have to get all analytical. Just do it, man.
Yeah, you don't need to ask everybody for their opinion.
Yeah,
you don't need to listen to your uncle with one investment property.
That's true.
You just need to listen to us.
Yeah, and you need to get it done. So here we're gonna go through it, and we're sending the letters out. Carl calls you, and he's like, "Man, get me a duplex."
Yeah,
and
hits me up. I didn't even know what Instagram. I hate Instagram. I didn't even know how to use it. This guy hits me up on Instagram. I didn't even know what a DM was. I got this little red icon. Here, it's Carl. So Carl's like, "Yo, haven't seen you in forever. You know, how's life? On and on and on. I want to buy a duplex."
Hey, let's cut to the chase.
And I was like, called him right away. I was like, funny you should say that.
Right.
I was like, how would you like 70 properties instead?
Right.
He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? So obviously I get him to put up the money and we get the appraisals done.
So how much were the appraisals on that one property?
So the appraisals, I think we paid like $400 a piece. So total was like $37,000.
Oh, so it's still standard, just straight up.
Standard appraisal.
Yeah, standard appraisal.
Standard appraisal, depending on the lender.
I thought they would just put it all together and give you a lump sum, like, oh, this is what it is. So
most banks will.
Yeah.
That's how most banks do it because we used, I'm not going to tell them what we used. But you got to come through Homefront Mortgage.
Yep.
Okay? If you come through Homefront Mortgage. But the lender that we used, they kind of underwrote this deal as if it were an FHA style deal. So there were FHA required repairs, there were interior appraisals on all of these properties. I mean, it was cumbersome.
So I know half those properties were shit. Like, were they all up to par? Were they stellar? Were they stellar?
Believe it or not, this was a diamond in a rough type thing. None of the properties, only 2 of the properties ended up needing repairs, and that was because the tenants were evicted and they fucking destroyed them.
Yeah, that's good. That's kind of unheard of.
Yeah, well, I couldn't buy anything that needed repairs. I don't have any money.
But also, you did your own little inspection, so you kind of knew before going in, because the appraisals were coming.
Yeah.
So you kind of knew, hey, these are pretty good.
Yeah, so basically, I looked at the rent rolls. I went out, I saw these properties. When we get under contract, and I went out and I toured every single one myself.
God, wow.
That was our inspection.
Yeah.
And I went through, I made a list of everything that I thought was a problem.
Yeah.
And cosmetic stuff, chimneys falling down, cracked windows, mainly things that I know when I'm listing a property that are going to be FHA or VA issues.
Yeah.
I asked for them on this deal.
So you asked for who to fix it?
The sellers.
Okay.
So I went to the sellers and I said, hey, you either need to give me a credit or, either way, these things have to get fixed up front because they're going to ask for it.
Yeah.
So, chipped railing paint, garage chipped paint, stupid shit like that. Cracked windows. What else? I made them put all the locks on one master key because at this point they had multiple property management companies. It was really, really sloppy the way that they were managing these before.
Yeah.
So I took them from negative cash flow to positive cash flow. And we operate at 14-15% cap rate now.
Yeah.
They weren't even close to that.
So, but my thing was if they knew what you've done, would they have wanted to keep their property?
Yeah, well, that's where it gets fun towards the end of this deal. Yeah.
Would they, when they see all the shit that you did?
Oh, they did. So towards the end of this deal, it gets to a point where some of the sellers did see that I had changed everything,
and they should have
these
done
cash flowing, and they wanted to try to terminate.
Oh,
yeah.
See, that's the part that they won't tell you in real estate school and/or your investment seminar.
Well, and they were bullies. They were aggressive. Two of them were attorneys. One was a doctor, and they would throw out all types of bullshit, and legal fancy words. And I was just like, hey, go to hell. I'll go to court. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Right.
I'm getting this deal closed one way or another.
Right.
And
they didn't know that you had an intention already set.
It was done.
Yeah.
I'm closing that deal.
Yeah.
You're not getting in my way.
Right.
So I did. We kind of ended up closing the deal, but they fought me tooth and nail at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, they fought.
They wanted out.
They fought like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was ready to cry. I was like, this is over. It's all done. I was like,
but you were in it for a year and a half. You had the intention of going in there, refi-ing for specific, 3-6 months?
Yeah, so I knew basically the way, so going through that initial contract with each seller, the contract was to be 100% seller finance. Mm-hmm. They're going to transfer all the properties to me. They're going to sign the deeds over.
Yep.
And I'll just average out kind of everything that happened.
Yeah.
Because there's 4 sellers in this, so we're just going to talk like there's one.
Yeah.
So basically the deeds were held in escrow.
Right.
And what that means is, yes, they're signed over to my LLC, but the seller could basically record them back if he had to.
Under certain
kind of like
conditions.
deed in lieu of foreclosure.
Yeah.
In certain conditions.
Yeah.
And I also could record them if I had to. So the deeds were not actually recorded until the lender said, hey, we need you to record these so we can close.
Okay, and that worked in your favor.
It worked in my favor.
But it also was in limbo because they could actually, if conditions weren't met, they could just pull them back and re-own the
kind of,
property.
yeah. They would have to actually foreclose. I didn't have to do anything except record them. They would have to go through full foreclosure proceedings.
And you know how.
So even if they were going to foreclose on me, because I didn't refi in that time period, I still knew I had 2 to 3 months before a judge did shit about it. And I could still pay off their note up until the day of foreclosure.
Right.
So luckily we never got there. But the point is that you're extra protected in that. You're extra protected.
That's awesome. I mean, well, there's one thing that came up, and before we move forward, I want to talk in reference to the problems or challenges or obstacles that you came before we move forward into the progress here, because you are going to run into some shit. You are going to run into some roadblocks and walls, as Joe was saying here right now. Towards the end of the deal, they didn't want to go. They wanted to terminate. So, other than that, from the start of the deal, what kind of big problems or challenges came up and you had to deal with?
Yeah.
And how did you deal with it?
The biggest problem that we ran into on the initial group of properties, the bullies, we'll call them the bullies, they had not paid any bills. They only paid their taxes when the township sent them a letter that they were going to tax out.
Yeah.
They only paid their mortgage when they were going to foreclose. They only paid those things as they came up. They pretty much owed, they think their purchase price on that group was like $1.5 million. We ended up they ended up netting like $14,000.
Wow.
Put it that way.
Because they owed
They owed everybody everything. My nose is so itchy.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So they owed everybody anything.
Yeah.
And that was a mess because my initial intention with these and with the other two sellers was they had turned, the other two guys had actually signed over the deeds to me. They weren't in escrow. I owned those properties 100%. It was recorded and everything. We couldn't do this with the other guys.
Right. Because,
One, I wanted to do it because I wanted them to feel comfortable. So I was okay with it. So they knew that the deeds were in escrow. But also, they had to be in escrow because the minute we had recorded anything, the lender would say, hey, it's due on sale. Where's our money? Right. The tax authorities are going to want their taxes. And I don't have 1.5 million, and neither did they.
Right.
So everything was kind of held in limbo, and I had to come up with we basically had to come up with an additional agreement that said, I'm going to take over management because they weren't doing a good job. And if I was going to make a mortgage payment to them every month, but if any taxes were due, if any repairs were needed, if anything needed to happen, I was able to withhold the mortgage payment.
And handle
and just give them receipts. Yeah. So that's what we did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you kind of you helped them though.
I cleaned that portfolio up.
You cleaned
taxes
them up.
were all taken care of at that point. Their mortgages were getting paid. The properties started to get rented. The majority, when they turned these over to me, we didn't have leases for half of the properties. So the first 2 months was going around trying to get tenants to actually sign a lease.
Wow.
When no one fucking has a copy.
Wow.
Good luck.
So, another part of this is when sellers are asked backwards, it may be beneficial for them to go with the.
Well, yeah, and luckily, they were the easiest group in the beginning. They wanted to sell. They didn't like each other.
That's what I'm saying. Is how did they get all on board with? You're working with 4. I know we're talking like it's one seller here, but I think a challenge is you said I would not go into another deal.
That
with
was the other
4
challenge.
separate.
The other challenge was that once this structure had turned out that hey, this could really work. We got excited and we got this under contract with 4 different people. 4 different groups, and 3 of the groups were great. The 4th group was great in the beginning, and then things started to change.
Once you cleaned them up.
They were petty. It was like they hated each other so much that one day I had to drive to Pittsburgh to get a piece of paper, and it turns out that the one guy's law office was across the street.
I remember that.
And it was something that they had to obtain.
Right.
It wasn't my responsibility, but I wanted to get the deal done, so I did it. But those were the people we're dealing with. Okay, they all hate each other so much they wouldn't even go across the street to get a piece of paper. So that was tough. The other tough part was that now instead of just coordinating with one entity and one group of sellers, you're coordinating with 4 different groups of sellers, all who have their different sets of issues, different reasons for wanting the money. Basically, just imagine a real estate transaction where appraisals are delayed, the lender's delaying things. But just imagine that happening 4 times with people who are attorneys, with people who like to threaten you.
You got any gray hairs up there?
The title company pointed that out to me when this
really
closed.
I
got a couple up there.
Damn.
But yeah, so I mean, the biggest thing is if you're going to do a deal like this, one seller at a time.
So that's your only caveat.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I purchased them from them one set at a time. It was refinancing them in one blanket that became an issue. Also, very few lenders will blanket them all at once. A lot of lenders will do like individual loans across all these properties. But Homefront Mortgage has some connections to get it done as a blanket mortgage.
Homefront Mortgage is right here, 4320 Main Street. Come down if you're looking. I know we got some bomb programs right now.
Across the board for realtors. I mean, grant programs, 500 FICO score programs, VA, FHA. There are no, we don't have minimums like 580 like a lot of other banks.
That's how I learned it. Oh, you got it 580, 620.
Yeah, we don't have that.
No. And also income loans.
Non-prime, subprime, non-prime programs.
Non-QM.
Non-QM products.
That's there.
Commercial, you name it.
So come on down. Give them your phone number.
Stop by, check out Homefront. If you want to reach someone at the mortgage company, you can visit homefrontloans.com. You can apply right on there. Send your clients to apply. Or shoot me a text or give me a call, 215-868-6379.
And just make sure you let Joe know that you found out about it on the Get Uncomfortable podcast show, because that'll help us out, make sure that this goes out to even more people. Hey, we're going to talk about now, this is what I want to know, because this is, you said the last time you were going in between the loan to cost, loan to value.
Yeah.
And the differences with what kind of worked out in your favor, but what did you learn?
So this goes back to not knowing shit and kind of like, I could have saved myself a lot of money. I could have cut down on downtime and probably gotten threatened a lot less than I did during the course of this deal. So there's two ways to close this deal, at least with the lender I was doing it with. It was loan to cost. Loan to cost did not require any seasoning, so the deeds did not need to be recorded. There were no appraisals needed. They literally, at loan to cost, just an example, and there's more that goes into this, but the simple way of defining it is the contract price, $1.5 million, and whatever repairs you do to the property. So say it's another $100,000.
Right.
So we're at 1.6.
Got it.
They'll give you 80% of that. Okay, so that's interesting. So you could literally do all that on a Friday and on a Monday get 80% loan to cost.
Right.
Okay. However, if you go loan to value, and this is where things make zero sense to me still, they don't even make sense to the loan officer or the account executive at that bank.
Right.
But if you go loan to value, you got to get all the appraisals done. There's occupancy requirements.
Yeah.
They don't care how much money you put into the properties. They're only going to give you 75% or less of the loan to value, meaning the appraised value.
Right.
So I basically wasted 6 months getting appraisals done, putting $80,000 out for repairs, all to finally hear from the account executive, oh, well, we could do this loan to cost at 80% loan to cost, and we can include the repairs you did. And I was like, well,
why did I go?
You're going to include the appraisals in that too now.
Yeah.
And they did, luckily, but that was after a fight. So we ended up with more money at the end of the day. But, so that was an important distinction that, you really don't know about. And you can't trust the banker to be the expert over there.
Or going on 100% benefit to you and your needs.
Yeah. I mean, it was actually the underwriter that suggested that. I was like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So the person who's supposed to be the product expert had no idea.
Wow. So, that's very important. Loan to cost, loan to value. Note that. Find out more information on that. All right. So now we're heavy in the deal, man. Where you're looking like the finish line is around the corner.
The finish line was around the corner about 7 times. I was given settlement dates all the way from August. And obviously, we just refinanced it, last week, 2 weeks ago.
Did you have to close in Pittsburgh, or you closed?
No. Luckily, everything is done through, they kind of FedEx packages out, and then the managing partner signs everything, notarizes everything, and send it back to the bank. That's almost like an e-closing, in a sense. There's no formal closing. Just like they do treat it like a regular refinance. So if you ever refinanced a mortgage, same thing. You sign all the paperwork. 2 days later, they fund it, and then you're done. So it's about 3-4 day process.
I like that. And what I love more is that you didn't know shit.
No, you don't need to know.
You don't know. You didn't know nothing.
Commit first, figure the rest out later.
Yeah, you learn like everything right now. I mean, people like these guys, these 4 investors, like they took years building that portfolio,
building it. I don't want to buy properties one by one. I don't want to do that. So a couple of things that we did, like obviously, I'm basically asking sellers to give us their properties, 100%, turn them over to me, turn over the management, turn over the money, and I'm going to pay you a mortgage payment. Kind of scary, but if you've been on market for 4 years, you pretty much should just take a shot in the dark. So there's a couple different things that we were able to put in place over the 4 sellers. Doesn't really matter which one, but these are just different things that you can do. One seller, we let him continue to manage his own properties because they were cash flowing nice. He was doing a really good job self-managing. The other sellers, of course, deeds were in escrow. That helped protect them. But it also protected me because there was an automatic clause that I could record these deeds if I had to get this done. And then the other way was, of course, deed in lieu of foreclosure. So if we got to a point, now this is good and bad, but if we get to a point where, settlement or the refinance payout piece, we're not able to refinance them by the date that I told them, they could just record the foreclosure deeds back and they don't have to pay the transfer tax or anything like that. So there's some benefits to that, but, and I was threatened by people that they were going to go do that because this was dragging out so long because of the lender, not because of me, because of the lender just taking forever. And, the good news is that foreclosures take forever. The bad news is they can use it to threaten you with it. But it's a good way to get something like this under contract. And again, you're getting them to give you their properties And in my case, no deposit. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I have to make them comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
I think
so that's what we did.
Yeah, so you're patting backs and you're going up there with the smiles as well.
Exactly.
I'm just like, how many people actually will go out there and do this now, knowing that it could be
Well, the worst part was giving up like every ounce of pride that I had, you know, because it's not like I never sold a property before or anything like that. And, you know, I had to get on the phone with some of these guys and like beg that they were going to change my life. I mean, I played the veteran card. I pulled every card that I could to get these guys to agree. And believe it or not, the guys at the end of the day who gave me the hardest time were the easiest to sell. Which is interesting, but I mean, we've all had those clients.
So you think people really want to see you succeed? So you think it's a win-win situation with this 100%?
Some of those guys really did want to see me do this.
Yeah.
They wanted to see this work.
Yeah. It helps them too. They had a goal in mind. They want to.
Yeah, and they built these one by one, and they appreciated that I was young. They appreciated that I was trying to do something like this.
Yeah.
And honestly, some of them were just curious, like, "Hey, this is kind of cool. Let's see if it can be done."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And to this day, 3 of the guys I'm really good friends with.
Wow.
You know, we actually went out there twice. Just like before the closing, I had to drive out to get some tax certs.
Yeah.
And the one guy who kind of got screwed a little bit after the appraisals actually said, "Why don't you come over to my house for breakfast?" Because I was going to be like an hour early to where I had to go, and they weren't open yet.
Yeah.
So I did. So now, you know, here we are, friends. You know,
are they going to go back to investing? What are their goals?
No, they were cashing out. That guy in particular was, you know, 70 plus, and he's
ready to go.
Yeah, he owns a large electric company out there, and he was just like,
he's ready to go. And that's what I was saying is, you know, I have a mentor here in Manayunk, and he owned that. Like I could point to a lot just on the streets here in Manayunk, and then he just was like, he cashed out and went to Hollywood, and so it gives more. The industry is always turning over.
Always, yeah.
You don't have to worry about, oh my God, I'm never going to get a house. These old guys have it. And you know what I mean? It's always turning over. People have different views on things. They want to either move up, expand, and get rid of stuff, you know?
Yeah. And you don't need to pay, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn this stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's important
That's
because,
huge.
Like, I didn't really have anybody, like, so my whole startup in real estate was I got my license because I was training some guy's girlfriend at a gym, and he was a realtor.
Yeah.
But they didn't teach me anything.
Right.
And then I met this other guy, Bob Mazer, in the gym.
Yeah.
Just this old guy who's doing 200 crunches, and I used to joke with him.
Yeah, and you had.
And one day he finally mentions, "Oh, I'm a real estate broker," and I said, "I just got licensed." And he said, you know, and that's when he told me he owned all these properties.
Yeah.
And I said, "I want to do that."
Yeah.
And he said, "You need to buy and sell real estate first.
Because that was his way.
Then you can come talk to me, and I'll show you what I do."
Gotcha.
So then we started having lunch every month. But what didn't he do? He didn't tell me, "Hey, go wholesale these properties. Go pay $50,000 for this seminar. Go take advantage of people."
I love that.
None of that crap. He said, "Go buy and sell with clients. Do it the right way. Do it the ethical way.
Right.
And make some money there. You'll learn the value of properties. You'll learn how a transaction goes.
Yeah.
Then I'll show you what I did."
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. See, to me, I think there's a right way and there's a wrong way, and a lot of people are doing it the wrong way. And I saw it here definitely today in Philadelphia when we went over there and that guy got burned. And no, man, I'm not shooting down wholesalers, but there's another way, man. There's always
real estate
another
investing
way.
is kind of like, I don't know, it's like a buzz thing right now. It's like
it's
everyone's an
actually
investor.
going to implode. Yeah. I kind of don't even want to call myself an investor or anything because it's just like it's too.
It's like calling yourself
too
an
buzzword.
entrepreneur,
right?
Anymore.
Even that, I don't
never
even want to do that. Yeah,
I would
it
never
sucks.
say it because it's people are ruining it.
Yeah, it's gotten to that point. So when you call your 16-year-old coach later on, you just talk to him and
there's a ton of guys. There's really good. There's really great business coaches on Instagram. They are anywhere from 16 to 21 years old. They've run multiple companies.
Yeah.
You know, they get a lot of nerve. I would never go like even at this
I knew this
point.
was gonna turn into this.
Even at this point, I would never like go out there and say, "Hey, pay me to teach you how to build a business." I am nowhere near where I want to be.
Well, here's the thing, though. I was, I watch 80s bodybuilding documentaries.
Yeah.
I'm always talking about Arnold, and I'm always talking about now I'm on Lee Haney, and Lee Haney did this interview, 8 times Mr. Olympia, right? He was like, he did this interview, and the guy was like, there's a lot of bodybuilders on Instagram right now, and they're like, they got their supplements, they got their deals, and they're just crushing it, and they're like big and brolic. And he was like, man, these guys don't know about shit.
Everyone's a competitor now, and I hate it.
He's like, they don't know about shit. He's like, listen, bro. We didn't have no fucking coaches.
Nah, it's really ruined.
We didn't have no, like, our formula was like, we just had a picture of what we wanted to become, and we fucking was in the gym every single day. We had no coach. We had a training partner. And when he said that, I was like, this is the problem with what's happening right now, man. Especially
that's why, like, a lot
media.
of the reason that I went to, I switched up and I changed my routine to go at 6 a.m. was because, like, the people that are going to the gym are not the type of people that I want to lift with. Like, I want to go with people who are actually serious, lifting heavy, making progress, not checking in while they're playing around on the treadmill or taking stupid fucking pictures of themselves. Hey, by the way, anyone can weigh 130 pounds and be ripped. You know, like, it's just, the whole fitness industry is destroyed. It's part of the reason that I sold the gym that I owned in Jersey.
See, we didn't even know that. Talk to me about the gym you own. Is that another podcast?
Oh, that might be another podcast.
We can talk about franchising.
You want to talk about?
We should talk about.
You want to talk about a fun deal?
Yeah, no, we're gonna definitely get into that. So let's just wrap this deal up right now. Because I want people to know that they could do it, and I think that's the focus of this podcast, and always been, forget uncomfortable. Just get uncomfortable and do that shit. If you're comfortable, if you're thinking that you need to watch another webinar, seminar, go pay 50 grand or something, you're never going to do anything.
Never going to do anything, and you can't really worry about what's going wrong. Like, I see that, I went into this blind, I didn't know what I was doing, and also with the realtors that we have in the office, I see that a lot too, where they're so afraid to sometimes press a button on their screen because they don't know what's going to happen. And it's like, just press the fucking button. We can fix anything. Stop. It's so simple. We can fix anything. I'd rather you come to me and say, hey, I got 170 units under contract and I'm going to get sued. I don't know where to get the financing from. And then I would say, but you did get 126 units under contract.
Boom!
Let's figure that shit out. So, like, those are the people that fit in here. You know, like, shout out to Tyreek Kate, one of our new agents.
Tyreek, shout yourself out, man.
Shout out to yourself and Jess.
Hey, listen.
I mean, Jess DeSilva, I mean, we go and we get, you know, I give them kind of assistance. Like, what do I got to do? Fucking call some people. Call Land Voice. We pay for Land Voice. Oh, and shout out to Deb Spence, who will be on the podcast soon. She helped kind of get them ramped up, and it was like,
what did that guy say on a text? We're sending out a bunch of marketing texts. We're recruiting heavy here, so you got to come. I think we're over here now. You got to come in and get with us. But what did this freaking jerk say on a text when you're recruiting? Hey, listen, no one that's successful cold calls.
Oh yeah. One guy was telling me that successful realtors don't cold call, and I was like, So, of course, naturally, I checked his volume.
I guess he has people just walking through his office.
Naturally, I checked his volume.
Oh, that's what.
He won't be recruited here.
So we want people, I mean, you don't have to go, try to jump off the bridge and say, listen, I'm the best at everything. We know people who are walking in this door really don't know anything, right? But the goal is that you can't be afraid to take action and actually do something.
No matter of new agents.
No matter if you don't know, man. I mean, that's the part of it, and it's the beauty of it because it's fun and you learn that way. Back in the day, I did hip hop, right? There's a beat machine called MPC, and it's like $1,000 to $1,200. I got one off of Craigslist, obviously with no instruction manual, for $500. And I got a turntable. I'm making beats. I didn't fucking go online on YouTube to try to figure out how to make beats or try to, I'm not touching, but I'm banging this thing up. I'm beating it up. I'm messing up. I'm erasing beats that I've done because I don't know what to
You gotta screw up.
You gotta freaking be okay with failing.
Since we're on it, I didn't know anything about opening a mortgage company. I didn't know about recruiting to a mortgage company. I didn't know how interest rates came up. I own a mortgage company. I didn't know how to open a title company. I opened a title company. I just made a freaking call to a title company and said I want to do a JV. When I wanted to open the mortgage company, I Googled how to open a mortgage company.
It's pretty
simple. It's pretty freaking simple, and now we're attracting good people. I also went from realtor of only maybe like 2 years. No, actually, like less than that. I think maybe like a year or two. To owner of Remax, to then the broker. It's really not complicated, and if you are able to overcomplicate everything, and the fear.
Why RE/MAX? Nobody in the world sells more real estate than RE/MAX. That's a fact. So it's no surprise that when you join RE/MAX, you become part of the world's most productive real estate network of more than 120,000 agents.
Can a brand name make a difference? You better believe it can. The RE/MAX brand can help you do big things for your career. Top brand awareness means buyers and sellers know you before they've met you. When you're with RE/MAX, you need no introduction.
At RE/MAX, you're shoulder to shoulder with career-minded quality pros. When you walk among top producers, you'll be inspired to grow your business. Check out the numbers. Now you know why more buyers and sellers would recommend RE/MAX than any other real estate brand.
There's a world of opportunity at RE/MAX agents' fingertips. The RE/MAX network spans over 100 countries and territories. International business can be your new reality. All over the world, RE/MAX agents translate global connections into sold.
At RE/MAX, you'll find new ways to help you get ahead. Think mobile apps, iPad presentations, and RE/MAX.com, which draws massive traffic and serves as a springboard for fee-free leads. Every tool is designed to help make your business more streamlined and effective.
How's this? 3,000 leads delivered to agents every day without referral fees. The RE/MAX online system connects buyers and sellers directly to you. It's generated 18 million fee-free leads to the network. The leads come straight to your phone, and you take it from there.
The more you learn, the more you earn. With the push of a button, you can stream over 1,000 videos and more than 70 designations and certifications via phone, tablet, or Google Chromecast from RE/MAX University.
Great things happen when RE/MAX agents get together. From the unforgettable R4 convention on the Vegas Strip to international niche events, you'll have next-level access to invaluable learning and networking opportunities worldwide.
At RE/MAX, group buying power is what gives rise to the world-class promotions that earn consumers' attention. From TV to social media, advertising is part of the reason RE/MAX is the #1 name in real estate. This balloon has clout.
Why RE/MAX? It's time to see for yourself.
Welcome back, welcome back. Get Uncomfortable podcast with Stacy and Joe live here at the RE/MAX office. RE/MAX experts, Manor Young, Philadelphia, 4320 Main Street. Come down, check us out. I know you saw that video clip. Hey, Joe, we're in part 3 here. You were saying something, man.
We were saying something, and we were saying something.
We were saying something, and it was just like, that was in. You know, you said, you know what the worst. You said, you know what the worst part is? I know we were talking about investors coming into the game. We don't want to call ourselves entrepreneurs. Just watered the hell down. I agree with you 100% on that. All these entrepreneurs out here, you sell a book online and all of a sudden you're an entrepreneur. So let's take it back to business owners. And all right, so we're here at part 3. 100% sellers financing. We're breaking down the deal of Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh deal. And Joe was here saying that there was a lot of challenges and all of it in one. And now the deal is finally closing. But you got to have some teams, man. What are we talking about here?
You got to have a good management company in place. You got to have good rules in place for how different things are handled on leases. And then, of course, title company, mortgage company, and maybe in your case, a realtor. So one of the things that we do is we went out there, interviewed a ton of management companies. 3 of them made it really easy for us because they were currently managing it and they sucked. One of them, we only had to interview one. And they both were Keller Williams agents at some point, and they started Riva Ridge Property Management. So shout out to them; they are incredible. You know, this is supposed to be passive income. This is not something you should be managing on your own. You should not be taking tenant calls. You should not be doing any of that shit. You shouldn't be chasing down rent, filing evictions. You need a property manager that has all of that in place and has their own team.
What made you like Riva over the rest?
They were like from the first we got them from referrals from a few real estate brokers,
okay,
including a listing agent, and they managed his property, so I figured, well, That's a good sign.
Yeah.
So we met with them, and they had a smaller portfolio at the time. They took this on with open arms. They were flexible with us, and within within 2-3 months, so that we took possession probably last February.
Mm-hmm.
So then within 2-3 months, we were at over 95% occupancy. Everybody had leases. I mean, we were just squared away.
Yeah.
We were in a good spot.
Yeah.
Cash flowing, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Weekly updates, they're always available. I've worked with property management companies locally. You can never get a hold of them.
Mm-hmm.
The books are a mess.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are just on top of their shit, and they want to grow.
Right.
That's the other thing. They want to grow.
Right.
And they're not miserable.
Yeah.
So I like them a lot.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
And they did an excellent job. So they're important to have on your team. And they, you know what? They understand the process. They not once gave me a hard time about helping get appraisers in, helping get repairs done for inspections. I mean, it was just, we asked for it, it was done. They never gave us a hard time if we had accounting questions or whatever the issue was. If I needed, once we refinanced, I said, hey, I didn't want to touch this before, but obviously some of the taxes are high because no one's ever fought them.
Mm-hmm. Who
Who do you know? Boom, same day. I have 3 attorneys. You should call all 3 of these, see who gives you the best price. They've all done it for us. They're excellent.
Wow.
So everything we needed, they were able to help with. We have 2 properties I said in the beginning that we want to sell and cash out on because the equity is just insane. And they gave us references for realtors to use. They gave us references for, they already, the minute I brought it up, they're like, oh, perfect. Ludwig, you need to do this. They know my properties inside and out. They told me exactly what needs to be done on each property off the top of their heads.
Wow.
So I was like, that's awesome. So that piece is huge. Management is huge. It can make or break you. And they're going to handle my mortgage payments. I mean, it's full service.
Yeah.
Full service for 8%.
Wow, that's
8%.
yeah. Wow.
And they're on top of things with our leases. So they kind of know, I see a lot of landlords that cut a lot of deals, especially when they self-manage. The other reason you can't self-manage is because you become too involved. And, you can't, 1, a tenant has your cell phone number. That's bad.
Mm-hmm.
2, I don't want them to know that I own a RE/MAX or a mortgage company because I could just imagine the reviews. And 3, they know exactly what to do on these leases with the tenants. So, we don't play games. If a tenant doesn't pay their rent, we serve them right away.
Mm-hmm.
And they pay.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't wait.
You don't wait.
There's no wait.
Yeah.
Because it never works out.
Yeah.
It never works out.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of cutting the deals. I mean, Mark, the one seller out there in McKees Rocks, who did self-manage, who was very successful with it. He knew all his tenants. He's the only guy I've ever seen where that worked out for him. They're all long-term. He knew them all personally. But any other time I've seen that, I've seen it, and it's been a mess.
Yeah.
So, again, for me, this is passive income. I just like to see the wire hit every month.
And that's it. That's it.
As far as getting the team involved or having a team set up, it's kind of I know they push this to people who are rehabbing for the first time. You got to have your team. You got to have your contract.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Same thing here.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have a realtor who knows what they're doing, knows investment properties, knows how to persist through a deal. It's going to be tough though if you're not a realtor. I would really try to do this part on your own because no one is going to persist through a sale like this, and a realtor is probably not going to want to work. They're not going to think you're serious if you tell them you want to buy something 100%. So you're probably stuck on your own. But a realtor might be part of your team, a title company that understands that this deal is different. That you're going to be holding things in escrow, that you're not going to be paying transfer taxes right away, that you're not going to pay for the title policy right away.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that need to put up a lot of money and a lot of skin up front, even though you're not. And, luckily I own the title company, but I think that most of the time through that, they're probably wondering,
where are we going to get paid? Right.
On the mortgage side too, I mean, that you're not going to be able to work with just any mortgage company because, they're going to get paid on the refi, but you're also going to be bothering them for that entire year to make sure things are set up perfectly so that you can get the refi done.
Right.
And your deal may, $2-3 million in the commercial world is not a big loan.
Yeah.
And I bugged the hell out of these mortgage people. I don't even know if it was worth it for them, but the point is we got it done. So you need a team that's going to stand by you.
And just saying that, I just want to give a shout out to our own title company in-house. Incredible. I've done some deals with them, and I'll tell you what. Shout out to Anna and I forget her name. Kristen. Actually, Kristen came by.
Yeah.
She did.
She'll come around to your closing.
Yeah. She came by here. So yeah, they knock it down. Information is right here. See, we want you to work with us, man. Yeah. We want you to bring your deals here and work with us for the best options. We got the team already laid out for you. So the number is right there on your screen. Give us a call, and we'll work with you. So
yeah, and also those girls, if you are a realtor and you get any listings that close, they'll handle everything on the conveyancing side too.
Yeah.
It's a nice deal.
Absolutely. So shout them out right here. We got the title company as well as our own in-house mortgage company. Looking for the best deal, and we spoke about that. Yeah. So what else we got on this deal here? The Pittsburgh. We gotta have a name for this. It can't just be the Pittsburgh deal.
Pittsburgh fiasco.
Yeah, like Pittsburgh PP.
Hell in Pittsburgh.
Something. Yeah. Hell in Pittsburgh.
Joe got gray hair.
Damn. Yeah. How many do you have?
Yeah, at least 30.
At least 30. Not more than me, though, man. Shit, I've been stressing out since I was 16.
Blends in, though. Right, hanging out there. Yeah.
That's why he got it to the left.
That's where,
to the right. All right, so...
no, I mean, it's just, the key to this deal, the key to any deal that you're going to do, the key to jumping into anything is, one, just jump the hell in first. Stop planning it all out.
Yeah.
Just have a general direction and go.
Yeah, because you know the end goal. That's all you need is the vision.
You just need the end goal.
Yeah, that's it.
Just need the vision.
Yeah.
I suck at details.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I mean, that's kind of why.
You see the big picture. You see the big picture.
I have the big picture. I never know how I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
And this is a great example of that.
Yeah, that's perfect for having a vision. So you're a visionary, man. You just have a vision and you just do whatever it takes to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
the art of not giving a fuck. I never read the book, but I imagine it has something to do with this.
Yeah, I'm sure you need to read that book, man. I haven't read it either, and I'm over here saying you need to read it. But Comfort Killers, ladies and gentlemen, this has been one hell of a deal. I actually seen Joe go through it for the last at least 4 months of it, and you've just been always... Yeah, the last ones were, so I didn't see when you actually sent the LOIs. If you want to come in and you're searching for deals as well, come in. Stop in the office, say, listen, I saw the podcast, I saw the video, and I'm here, man. I'm an investor, and I want to get this deal done, and these are the properties I'm looking at, and let us help you. Let us help you take that step, and we encourage you to do it, but if you need that team, we are here for you. We got Maximum Realtors here that just puts in the work. Homefront Mortgage in the back, as you can see the sign. We got Joe here, and that's a big ass asset to have working with you on your team. So definitely bring your deals here.
Yeah,
yep.
Absolutely. You definitely help.
Yep. So that's it. That's the show today in 3 parts. Hopefully you're catching all 3 of them to get the full scope. Is there any last words that you have for this deal, for anything that you want us to know as far as investors or the entrepreneur world, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? It's getting to that point, you know? But I just want you to know, man, you've been an influence to me here and definitely inspiring to the team. And we're growing like mad here in Philadelphia. Yeah. And you don't even have to just want to invest in Philadelphia. We have brokers. I know you're brokerage in a lot of states. Yeah. Our Homefront, we're looking to expand that into all national domination for Homefront. Title could handle anything that you give to them. Yeah. So again, bring all your business here. You're buying, you're selling, you're investing, whatever it is. You want to learn more about what we're doing, come on down 4320 Main Street, man. Joe.
That's it.
It's a freaking Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday we're down here hustling. We're out showing houses. We're out doing listing appointments.
Yeah.
Any questions you have on this deal? If you got more information, if you want to run a deal past me, shoot me an email.
Yeah.
JosephMcCabe@remax.net.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to get to that and see how I can help.
Yeah, I love it. Peace.